As the sun rises, the city stirs to life. Many wake up to their daily routines. But some of us wake up to run. And when we run, no one gets left behind. Because we run together. We run in sync.
Hi, I'm Divyanshu Gunatra. I'm the founder of Adventures Beyond Barriers Foundation. We've been into inclusive adventure and outdoor sports for people with and without disability for about 12 years now. Finally, last year, we set out on an ambitious project to do our own inclusive run where we get people with and without disability to come and run together, to discover about each other and to have fun along the way, to shatter stereotypes that surround disability. And in the process, we just ended up making it the world's largest inclusive run, where we had all runners from 21 different disabilities, and with so much of pride, and this space belonged to them, and it was so amazing. For the second edition, of course, our ambition is to make the experience even better, deeper, more meaningful for disability inclusion. How do we get a city and corporates and everyone involved to show up, demonstrate what it means to be pro-disability inclusion, no matter what your disability or even if you're non-disabled, that you go home with a changed perspective, not just on yourself, but on the world around you that we inhabit. That you go back home with a changed perspective on what you can do as an individual to make this world a better place, to create a world where no one is left behind.
Hi, I'm Aparna and I'm a director at Adventures Beyond Barriers Foundation. So 4 बजे, I don't know if you've experienced this, but वो pre-शादी वाला माहौल होता है ना कि अभी बस कुछ देर में मुहूर्त है और फिर सब लोग in their own form of contribution to that event, वैसा कुछ माहौल कि हमारी एक दो नहीं 50 बसेस एक के बाद एक सारे persons with disabilities को लेके आते हुए, and it's a sight to imagine. Because when you have 50 buses line up and you have people with all kinds of disability get out, some being supported, some supporting others. Absolutely, yes, goosebump moments completely. We were almost a 5,000 odd able-bodied with close to 1,500 persons with disability and all kinds of disability. 5,500-6,000 लोग आके दौड़ते हैं. वो दौड़ तो बाद की बात है, but 5,500-6,000 लोग इकट्ठा आए हैं with that intent of आज मैं बाहर निकला और आज मैं कुछ करना चाहता या चाहती हूँ. I think that energy was just so tremendous. And sports is an equalizer. Anything to do with sports, when you get into the playing field, आप स्पोर्ट्स बेशक रनिंग हो, इवेंट आपका साइकिलिंग हो, आप कहीं ट्रैकिंग कर रहे हैं, आप जो कुछ भी कर रहे हैं, जब आप खेल के मैदान में उतरते हैं तब आप एक खिलाड़ी हैं, you're a sports person. And you are no different than the other person. आप एक स्टार्ट लाइन पे जब आ जाते हैं, अब उसके बाद आप तेज दौड़ें, आप धीरे दौड़ें, आप खुद के पाँव पे चल के जाएं, आपको कोई व्हील चेयर में बिठा के धक्का लगाए, कोई आपका हाथ पकड़ के क्योंकि आपको नजर नहीं आता इसलिए ले जाए. It really doesn't matter. Every one of us is at that start line. And we at ABBF keep saying that disability does not mean inability. कि मेरे में काबिलियत नहीं है इसकी बात ही नहीं है. सिर्फ मेरी काबिलियत आपकी काबिलियत से अलग है. सिर्फ नियत होनी चाहिए और फिर सब कुछ हो जाता है.
I'm Kurush. I'm part of the team at Bajaj Finserv, specifically the CSR team. This is the team which works on various projects and initiatives on the social space. And within that space, one of the areas we focus on is on inclusion.
I'm Aman and I work with Bajaj Finserv CSR and I manage the portfolio for persons with disability. This concept of Run in Sync was very pivotal in establishing the fact that how persons who are not with any kind of disability, the normotypic ones, how they can actually experience and they can in that short tenure of their run, walk, conversation, just engage and understand how persons with disabilities actually live their realities and how they experience what they experience. It could be a visual impairment, it could be cerebral palsy, it could be intellectual disability, any of it. So that was the main reason actually, and also to experience the run.
When you think of all the big marathons, you typically have a inclusive run as part of it, right? So the good news is it's been there, it's very popular. However, it sort of within that overall frame, it gets hidden or doesn't get the same impact that a standalone opportunity like this could create. So when this got discussed as a standalone, unique, inclusive, and not race but a run, right? I think that difference was also interesting. That it's not a race, it's a run where you are catering to both constituencies. One is the actual people who get the opportunity with various disabilities to run, but equally you are including the entire segment to say that experience it together. So whether you run it in tandem or you do it together, I think that part was unique, and so it helps from driving the message, taking the journey forward. So like any other run or race, you have the whole pre-event, right, where you are doing events, you are dancing, you are singing, you are warming up, you are exercising to get the जोश, to get the adrenaline, सबको तैयार करके एकदम जोश में रेडी रखते हो, and that you see in many events, and it's good. But यहाँ पे जो था, I think it surpassed that good. Just seeing the audience, and you are having people on wheelchairs, you are having visually impaired, and सब लोग है जोश में है, गाना चल रहा है, they're all pumped up, lot of excitement is happening out there. Then at a point, the national anthem was played, right? To me, that is the goosebump or the moment which stands out. So while the national anthem was being played, we had a large number of participants who are hard of hearing. So the national anthem, it is, for me, it was the first time to see it also being depicted and played in the Indian Sign Language. And when that was happening, suddenly you see this large contingent of people who are standing on the other side of the stage. They are also doing the same in the sign language. That's when you realize that there is this large contingent who are hearing impaired. And national anthem playing in the sign language, to see all the people doing it, that memory has just stuck with me, and I think it will just stay forever.
I think when we were concluding the first run, that whole, I think उसी टाइम पे आ गया था कि this is something which needs larger, longer association. वो उसी टाइम पे I think आने लग गया था. This is something which you can see as being associated with. This is something which you can promote and talk about. For those who didn't attend it or those who couldn't make it, come and see how it is, because it is very few opportunities come where people with disabilities who are at large excluded from whatever we, the so-called normotypic folks, do in this larger setting where everything is designed for us. It's very rare that you see that the segment which is excluded actually is the hero. Just come and see, and you will realize the boundaries we create, we make it inaccessible. It's basically just very mental also. So come and experience that. It fosters a lot of partnerships.
मेरा नाम चंद्रकांत है और मेरे को खुद डिसेबिलिटी है, मेरे को दिखता नहीं, मैं ब्लाइंड हूँ और मैं ABBF में मेरा काम है आउटरीच का. मैं आसान से आउटरीच करता हूँ, मेरे को कोई दिक्कत नहीं आती. मैं और हर NGO में जाके मैं आउटरीच करता हूँ. रात्रभर आम्ही झोपलो नाहीत, पण नाही का सकाळी आम्ही सगळ्यांना बसमध्ये बसवलं तेव्हा आमची एनर्जी खूप डाऊन झाली होती. पण जेव्हा इव्हेंट कंप्लीट झाला तेव्हा आम्हाला एकदम म्हणजे असं फुल एनर्जी आली. अरे वा, आता हे काम पूर्ण झालं आम्ही आणि काहीतरी आम्ही करून दाखवलं. टँडम सायकलिंग पण होते आपल्या मार्शलसाठी, आपल्या टँडम सायकलिंग होत्या. तो खूप एंजॉय केला, मुलांनी खूप एंजॉय केला. मेरे को वो तो बहुत अच्छा लगा कि वहाँ पे म्यूजिक बढ़िया थी, साउंड सिस्टम बढ़िया था, ढोल भी बढ़िया थे, ढोल ताशे वो सब कुछ बढ़िया था. बहुत एंजॉय किया. बहुत बच्चों ने डांस किया था वहाँ पे, जो इंटेलेक्चुअल डिसेबिलिटी वाले थे, जो डेफ बच्चे थे. व्हीलचेयर वाले का जो डांस था वो तो बहुत बढ़िया अच्छा लग रहा था. मेरे को याद है एक व्हीलचेयर वाली थी, लोकोमोटो डिसेबिलिटी, रेखा. तो रेखा तो फर्स्ट टाइम घर, मतलब अभी तो घर में थी 2-4 साल से, वो आज तक बाहर नहीं निकली थी क्योंकि ट्रैवलिंग करना ये वो बहुत मुश्किल था उनके लिए. तो उनके लिए मैंने पूछा आपको कैसा लगा, मेरे को बोल रही थी बहुत बढ़िया लगा क्योंकि आज तक मैं 10 किलोमीटर मैंने आज कंप्लीट किया पहली बार. और पहली बार मैं घर से बाहर निकल गई थी और इतने सारे लोग थे नहीं का बात करने के लिए आलाइज थे, तो वहाँ पे बहुत अच्छा लगा। एक बार आ जाओ, एक बार आने के बाद आपको पता चलेगा हम लोग क्या करते हैं, हम लोग मतलब हमारे बारे में पता चलता है आपको कि बहुत सारे ऐसे PWD है जो बैंक में जॉब करते हैं, PO है, क्लर्क है, कोई है रेलवे में जॉब करता है, कोई सिंगर है ना। ऐसे बहुत सारे अलग अलग जो आप कर सकते हैं वही हम लोग कर सकते हैं। हम लोग सोचते हैं कि PWD है, ये नहीं कर सकता, वो ट्रैक नहीं कर सकता, वो पैराग्लाइडिंग नहीं कर सकता है। आप वहाँ आने के बाद आपको पता चलेगा, तो आपका देखने का जो नज़र है ना वो बदल जाएगा।
Hi, this is Sudipto. I work for a company called Tata Autocomp, which is part of the Tata Group. We believe that the community and the society is not one of our stakeholders. That is the calling and that is the reason why we exist as a company. From November to February, every Saturday, Sunday, in every corner of Pune, there is a marathon. This is something which is so different and which is so special and so unique. Tatas could have just lent their brand to any other marathon which is happening in the city. But we thought this is something special and this needs the real support. I thought there will be a vacant kind of a place with some people somewhere kind of a thing. The mood and feel from parking the car, putting those stickers, the babe and things like that, and the amazing stage where everyone was getting doing a pre-warm-up and a bit of Zumba and things like that. It was more like a 5 o'clock rock concert. So I think it was that is the kind of vibe which was built in. I was given the opportunity to flag off, and then a very bright young girl sitting in a wheelchair said that, "How about you assisting me in the race?" So she said, "Why don't you?" I said, "How?" He said, "You can just I can do it myself, but you can just be with me and push, and I can tell a lot of stories about myself, what I do to you." So I think that 5 kilometer kind of a if I may say, I was not helping her. She was only helping me by telling her stories and making me stronger and feel good. That moments actually changed a lot of my thinking in my life. I urge everyone to come on 14th February. This will change your life.
I am Bharat Gopalakrishnan. I've been part of eClerx Services Limited for almost 12 years now.
My name is Sneha Premsaksena. I've been with eClerx for 17 years now, and eClerx is my first employer. So a very long-standing relationship here. Bharat was the one who introduced me to ABBF. So he was the one who very passionately introduced ABBF, and a lot of us started following what Bharat was saying.
I think I can comfortably say it's just pure love, if I can put it across that way. I think almost a decade ago, when it was the first time when I met Divyanshu Ganatra, and it was a wonderful event to meet him. It was a wonderful event. It was a trek to Harishchandragarh, and from there on, I think I really like to be part of these initiatives. So I had a conversation with Sneha, and thanks to her as well in terms of supporting that. In fact, the final pitch to the board was purely spearheaded by Sneha, so really thanks, because she offered quite effective messages to the board, and they just couldn't, they were convinced that yes, we are working for a great cause.
I very strongly believe that experiences matter. That is what really transforms you as a person, as an individual, as a leader, as a group, as a team. And most of the CSR events that I have seen here or outside are usually, you go, you either give something, or it's a classroom where somebody is talking about a concept. What is your team taking back from there? What is the experience that they are getting, and is it a learning for life for them? And I felt like if you can change the way people think, and one person here means 4 people at home, and if we can transform multiple families through this, it's exponential impact, right? And that is basically what I felt when Bharat told me about what the team does here. It's not about just talking about how to help a person with disability. It's not talking, it's doing. And when you do that, you learn. This is something that your team will take with themselves forever, and your families will take with them forever. My son was there at the event, and he can't stop asking me when is the next one, and this time he's old enough to run for this one, so I've already registered him. So I think it's just transformational. Use the power you have, the power of influence you have. It's a one-time effort, and then it becomes a part of your personality. That is all that I'll say.
what I have personally experienced is this is not a one-way traffic. This is not that you are only giving something, you are taking back a lot of things. And that's exactly what I mentioned, that minute level experiences that's what I was alluding to. There are so many, it just transforms your thinking.
मैं हूँ श्रीमती वृंदा उपाध्याय और मैं प्रोफेशनली हैव बीन अ कॉलेज लेक्चरर. My husband Ajay and I have always been in the mode of giving back to society. No, we are privileged in many ways, but many others are not. So your success lies in, your goodness lies in the fact that you share whatever goodies you have got with others in whatever way you want. हमको जहाँ पे empathy का element ज़्यादा लगता है, वहाँ पे we try to help as much as possible. And both our eyes were donated, so I've always been wanting to do something for the visually impaired. हम सिर्फ पार्टनर कर रहे हैं, हमारे पार्टनर्स हैं ये लोग जो हमको इस लायक समझते हैं कि हम उनके काम आ सकते हैं. I want a lot of young people to come. The young people should see that there are no limitations. Limitation is all in the mind. It's necessary that you go and see. आपका ego कम होगा कि हम बहुत खूबसूरत हैं, हम बहुत great हैं. Your mind and your heart should also be able to love to show up.
मेरा नाम भाग्यश्री गिरीश मोरे है. आई एम ऑल्सो फिजिकली डिसेबल. आई एम यूजिंग व्हील चेयर. मैं एक एनजीओ के साथ काम करती हूँ जो डिसेबल के लिए, ऑल टाइप्स ऑफ डिसेबल के लिए काम करता है, महात्मा गांधी सेवा संघ. मैं फर्स्ट टाइम जब भी ABF रन इन सिंक में आई थी तो इट वॉज अमेजिंग थिंग फॉर मी, बिकॉज फर्स्ट टाइम आई सॉ इंक्लूसिव रनिंग. ये बहुत ही इंक्लूसिव है जिसमें ऑल टाइप्स ऑफ डिसेबल हैव जॉइंड द मैराथन. और जो केयर टेकर थे, मीन्स जो वॉलंटियर्स थे, उन्होंने भी बहुत अच्छी तरह से हमको हेल्प किया था. जो ब्लाइंड थे उनको भी साथ में लेके उन लोग सब हम लोग भाग रहे थे मीन्स हम लोग चल रहे थे. इट वॉज नॉट अ रेस, इट वॉज जस्ट इंक्लूजन, सो वी कैन वॉक टुगेदर. मैं अकेली आई थी, लेकिन वहाँ आके मुझे सब लोगों ने बहुत ही हेल्प किया और बहुत ही केयर किया, जिससे, क्योंकि मेरा फर्स्ट टाइम था मैराथन का, तो मुझे इतना एक्सपीरियंस नहीं था कि कहाँ स्लोप हो या कहाँ पे उतार चढ़ाव रहता है. तो उसमें काफ़ी लोगों ने मुझे हेल्प किया और मुझे पूरा पार करने के लिए उन्होंने हेल्प किया. तो मुझे बहुत ही अच्छा लगा कि मुझे ऐसा लगा नहीं कि मैं डिसेबल होने के कारण मैं ये नहीं कर पा रही, वो नहीं कर पा रही. और मुझे ऐसा लगा कि मैं कर सकती हूँ, अभी मैं और लोगों को भी बता सकती हूँ कि अरे बहुत ही अच्छा है और हम भी वॉक कर सकते हैं. ठीक है, पैर से वॉक नहीं कर सकते, लेकिन हम लोग व्हील चेयर पे हम लोग लोगों के साथ मिलके हम लोग चल सकते हैं. इसलिए मैंने सोचा कि मैं और मेरे जैसे स्पेशल लोगों के लिए लेके आऊँ. और मुझे वो चांस ABBF ने दिया, जो मैं मेरी संस्था की तरफ से, DDRC की तरफ से मैं इन्वॉल्व हो रही हूँ इस टाइम. और मैंने जो अभी पार्टिसिपेंट अभी ज्वाइन किए हैं, मोर देन इट्स 60 पार्टिसिपेंट्स वी हैव गॉट. मुझे बहुत गर्व है कि अभी हम लोग सब ज्वाइन करेंगे इस मैराथन के लिए और वी आर एक्साइटेड.